I'm the kind of person who wears my heart on my sleeve. If I love you, you would know it. The world would know it.
Hello and welcome back again to the channel. It's been a while, I would say, but I'm always right here. Man, today we have an interesting gist now. But in case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is George. I'm a content creator. I love reacting to trends because that is when I get to think and also share my opinions with the world. You may not always agree with me with my opinions, but the fact still remains that you have the comment section there to share your opinion with me as we get to have interactions over there. Alright, so welcome back, and it's very interesting because today we are talking about our amazing, wonderful actress right here, Tonto Dikeh. King Tonto, please. I don't want to make a mistake because you know what I mean, yeah? Now, a lot has been going on right now on the internet. September is indeed a month to remember. We talked about, come on, man, a lot of things are happening around celebrities in Nigeria. Look at 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 that we don't even know. Like, I never even knew he was married, even though many of them don't bring their whole marital thing online and all that. But getting to know that he's had issues with his wife and all that, whoa, another thing. But let's focus on the main subject of this video, who is someone I respect so much right here on social media. Okay, I would say. So now, Madam Tonto. So these things that are happening around you, the patterns, you guys know from my person how I react to trends. I'm a very logical person, I always say it, so I think right now I should get used to it. I like to follow patterns. So let's look at the pattern of Tonto Dikeh's relationship, which I'm going to be taking you back a little bit to Churchill's time, and as we look at also her relationship now that has gone sour with Kpokpogri. Kpokpogri. That's his name, right? Yeah, this man here that calls or says he's a politician. Someone said that he blackmails politicians, but we are going to be looking at that as we go on. Now, you know, Tonto Dikeh was dating Churchill. If you remember her interviews, I made a video once about her on this channel. I will link it in the description section. When she was talking about her pains that she went through dating or having to have married Churchill in the past, she made some specific statements in her video on her channel. You can always check her channel for these things to confirm yourself, that with respect to her relationship with Churchill, you know, domestic violence and all that. But we are not going into that. But if you look at the personality of Churchill and Kpokpogri, you see something common. Number one, Kpokpogri here is a politician. Churchill happens to be perceived initially when she met Churchill to be the son of 𝐲𝐨𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐵. That was a catch point to her, because you know, when it comes to celebrities like this,
I was an emotional wreck. I needed a new relationship. I needed some sort of consolation, and he was there. People like this, they don't just mingle with any local person. Now listen to her yourself. But I am Tonto. You don't expect me to get married to a pauper. So definitely when he said I am Obasanjo's son, when his own mother told me I'm Obasanjo's wife, it was a plus for me. Okay, now have you heard it yourself? Because for her, Churchill must have been someone that would be more of like a trophy, or would I say someone that meets her level and cadre. She said it herself. Why would she be dating any normal person? It has to be someone that is I don't know if you get it, because as we talk about other actresses that Kpokpogri has claimed, or based on the audio that was released, to have had some form of relations sexually, let me be plain and real on that, they are also in the space and Nollywood actress here Tonto Dikeh comes from, which is Nollywood. I don't know if you understand. But following the logic right here, listen to me attentively. Churchill, according to her, she said he lied about being the son of 𝐲𝐶𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, which she got to find out that he was just a son of his 𝐲𝐶𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻's gardener, blah blah blah. Okay, that aside. Number two, she said he was a 40 seconds man. At least 40 seconds you have a son today. But I don't know if it's the 40 seconds that led to the son, or maybe it's a regular on a rare that Churchill is 40 seconds. Okay, you get
what I mean? But that aside, okay, at least Rosie would tell us if it's really 40 seconds. That is, I don't pray for anything to happen in their or in his new relationship though, but you know, social media, things could happen tomorrow. So for her to talk about the 40 seconds thing, that means I would say logically in my brain that maybe Tonto Dikeh is someone that to some extent prioritizes knacking ministry, such that, you know, it has to be, you know, longer or something. Are you following my logic? Please just follow me logically, okay? Let's just talk about this. Now, thirdly, she was the one that said, according to her, that she was the one that married Churchill, in the sense that she paid for everything and Churchill didn't really have or didn't really sponsor a lot of the wedding. So she was the one that paid for their clothes, the clothes he wore. You know how she was talking about those things that time. Now, you people know this thing.
I saw his clothes, bought him a shoe, just to come for a wedding that I paid for.
Now, looking at the person of Kpokpogri being a politician, someone that, you know, kind of like had a couple of things based on the audio that was released with Nollywood actresses, you could see that based on this, that he kind of like to some extent fit the kind of profile that Churchill himself must have had in a way. Oh, no wonder maybe he came out and called out Churchill, would I say more of like congratulating Churchill for being a man to have handled or lived or had a relationship with Tonto Dikeh. Now, does this not in every way validate the fact that gistloverblog, who has also been thanked by Tonto Dikeh for being the one to open her eyes? You know, sometimes actually I follow gistloverblog, I follow all of these, you know, blogs. That's how come I get to know what is trending. Some of you come here and you're like, I'm really doubling down on this person or attacking this person or blah blah blah. But that's not the whole thing. The fact is that if you trend, I talk about you. The only difference between I and you is that you talk in the comments, I make videos about my opinions. That is just the only difference. Aside that, we are just the same. But looking at this right now, so now look at this critically. For Tonto Dikeh to be thanking gistloverblog, I don't know whoever owns it, for being the one to expose this thing about her man Kpokpogri.
Yeah, she just come, we fucked, but the pussy was so sweet. You know,
Her pussy was so sweet. You feel like Batsy.
I was still supposed to repeat that much, but since then I've been very busy, you know, I never see her.
She talks say that the way she goes, say na the backyard now na take do quickie. Because of Tonto now, say she did the main building. She tell me everything. I can't dey like chai. It will say Tonto no deny she for enter main house, fuck you way.
You know, see me and Tonto see without a quarrel now.
Why?
The girl no one stop that smoking. Smoking always, drinking, you know. And you know, see me and they smoke, I know they drink.
Now wetin people be they talk that time when she break up with churchill, you understand, her ex-husband. People they talk say she dey smoke, they do anyhow. Say if she smoke, it they enter her head.
I'm telling you.
Jesus, make she no go break your head one day. I beg you, we go arrest her.
Now do my fear.
We go find her. No make she her. Our priest where everybody they manage. He reach her thought she won't misbehave. We go find her.
You just be trying people come up from my house. Leave my house. No, I say no. I say please don't do that. Stop it. Stop it.
Make she no do.
I said these people were in my life before you came. So don't do that.
Who she can't be? Who? I bet make she get out. She dey find where she won't hang leg. Do finish. Cause see person wey even accept her. She won't pursue everybody come on. Make she no do. Our any small news they don't carry you. Any small thing you don't imagine, cast.
You can imagine 𝐾𝐂𝐇 he invite me for a birthday. I no fit go.
Why now? Because of her.
If I go 𝐾𝐂𝐇's birthday now, bloggers go carry am.
Say una two dey date.
As Tonto's boyfriend attend 𝐾𝐂𝐇's birthday.
Wow.
Genevieve says can I even come to my house again?
Well, you don't date almost all the celebrities, even 𝐲𝐨𝐿 them. Wow. Wow, you say you dey try. I no feel all these celebrities, they are matter tired person.
before you know, you go just a cast, and you know you are a politician.
Now you get the whole picture, that it makes sense of the fact that what was released by Gistloverblog was actually correct, the audio. So that means Kpokpogri is someone that actually, to a great extent, likes having relationships with Nollywood actresses or people that are maybe, you know, a particular kind of girl, or maybe all of these Instagram influencers you see, or whatever you see. Because sometimes you guys come on social media, you see all these ladies, even guys, people on social media. Even example, me myself, as you're looking at me right now, do you know me? You don't know me from anywhere. Some of you you only know me here on YouTube. That is it. So what else can you know about me if it's not something that I put out there myself, or maybe someone that knows me in my inner circle comes out to say that, oh, Being Real Judge is this or this or this or this. But right here, the reason why this channel is Being Real Judge is the fact that I'm actually being real with the things I say. So what I want you to understand right here is that Kpokpogri himself having to have a relationship with Tonto Dikeh is not, I wouldn't see it more of like as a coincidence. It's more of like a pattern to me, based on the person of Tonto Dikeh, would I say her taste or whatever, compared to that of Kpokpogri himself, based on those he has had things to do with. So they both align, just that in this case now, she expected that Kpokpogri, even the person that they said had introduced her to Kpokpogri, expected that to some extent this might be a change she would embrace, or would I say a different kind of man. But people in this circle, we looked at a video I made about Ali Baba's, you know, utterances about politicians that have things to do with Nollywood actresses and celebrities, and how their life really is, even though you see a fake life there on social media. But some of you didn't watch those videos. But anyway, you guys choose what to watch and what not to watch here on the platform. My job is just to make sure I create content that to some extent I can keep you interested watching. So looking at all of this thing right now, this drama around the person of Tonto Dikeh, tell me what you think in the comments, because I like to really get your opinion. Because looking at this right now, I don't know where this is leading, because I wonder to myself, Tonto, like, it got to a point I was wondering if you are still King Tonto, because when she got into this man, as if there was something about this man that was just so wow, that it got to a point I was still wondering if she's still the King Tonto she is. Because, you know, her being King Tonto, she claims to be the man and the woman at the same time, but you having this man in your life or something, maybe he changed something or he flipped the switch. But where I'm having an issue right now is the way this man now came out. Because if the audio that was released about you was wrong or was not your voice, you coming out right now to stand with Churchill, and Churchill having his child dedication with Rosie right now, and, you know, all it buzzing on social media, and then Kpokpogri himself, you know, placing allegiance to him, or maybe, you know, shouting him out or something, and say, now he has said something here that he's going to bring out evidence to prove that Tonto Dikeh herself was cheating in their relationship. Now that is something really severe. I wish I am looking out to see what evidence he has to prove, because for you to have the audacity to say that she spread her leg like Lekito gate for people, and this is just a relationship of 3 months. Do you know how long the relationship between Churchill and Tonto Dikeh lasted? You see a pattern if you go and listen to her audio with regards to how long, or just search online how long their relationship lasted. Then maybe you start seeing some things that are more of like in a pattern around this, okay? But looking at this right now is just making a whole lot of sense that there is something that you may not really know. Tonto Dikeh had not replied to the statement by Kpokpogri with regards to what he said about her, you know, begging him or saying that, oh, if she breaks up with him, she's gonna do this, blah blah blah, and all that. But accusing her, or maybe saying things about her with regard, calling her Helene of Troy, that is something very demeaning or something, I would say. But I think Tonto Dikeh is just handling it very maturely, as she should, because this is actually a blow on her face. Of course, okay, this person has some attention to himself, but I think his relationship with Tonto Dikeh must have brought more traffic to his person. I got to follow him because of Tonto Dikeh's wahala or something, you understand? So looking at it right now, Tonto Dikeh is all smiling, because let me tell you guys, you may see us smiling, you may see me right now smiling and all, being logical and all that, but I have my own things I don't bring here on social media. Whatever you see on social media is highlight of the reality. So when you talk about highlight, just like how before you watch a movie, when they do the trailer is always, they pick the best part of that particular movie, add the soundtrack and everything. Or for example, let's say you go to church and the pastor is preaching. You see some ministers, when they are preaching, they put the organist is always there, putting you in a particular mood. And then the pastor is preaching as if everything is entering your spirit. But of that soundtrack, it will just sound to you as if it's like, you understand? So all of these things are actually planned. So whatever you put out on social media is a highlight of your reality, but in the end, the reality itself is more than the highlights you put on social media. So we are waiting for you, we are waiting for you to know the things you are saying that Tonto Dikeh had done, or would I say the evidence you have of the fact that she herself was cheating in the relationship you had with her, because you yourself, you were a cheat. So you have to cover up your own cheating by labeling her as a cheat as well. So it's going to make sense. 1 1 1 now, make it not become 1 0. You get what I mean? But this is actually very, very, I would say, childish of you, Mr. Kpokpogri, of you coming out to say things like this, and even validating the fact that that audio that was released about you was actually you, because what you are saying right now on your moment, or what you are coming out to say right now on Instagram, it's exactly what you should be expected of someone that has been accused of saying those kind of things, or having those kind of relationships with other women. But I don't know if he was still having, of course, maybe he was still having the same relationships with other women while he was dating Tonto, not as if it was something that happened before he got into Tonto Dikeh's, I think he's gotten into Tonto Dikeh's pants before. Yes, of course, they were dating for 3 months. So if we are looking at it logically, that Enoch or Tonto Dikeh, they like knack based on, and this guy too, they like knack. So it makes sense now. Say, so you get the point. You are getting the point now. Okay.